And life. Imagine when you were young and as a child, you were at your highest level of creativity. Now, as you were growing up, you lost that touch of creativity. And even in school, they told you that you should not play. We started learning how not to play as we were growing up. As we started growing up much more, taking up responsibilities, we are also encouraged to be much more serious in that type of responsibility that we're taking charge of. And most times, with this level of responsibility, creativity now takes a backseat in our life, and we lose some of that highest level of creativity. I want you to know that that childlike playful mindset where you wanted to go to the moon, where you were creating things out of carton, maybe abandoned bed sheets. That type of creative mindset is still somewhere inside you and is buried within you. You know, it is recommended that you dedicate at least 1 hour to at least 30 seconds in a day for you to always maximize your creativity. The creative process truly begins with your brain's reaction to stimulus. You know, in the words of a wise woman, she says that you can't use up creativity. The more you use it, the more you will have. I want you to think of your creativity as a muscle. I want you to label these two muscles as spontaneous and control. Creativity comes from the highest level of being spontaneous. When you're in control, you might be performing under a certain time frame, or maybe you are trying to achieve a task, and that will not lead you to your highest level of creativity. Being spontaneous unleashes creativity, but when you're in control, you may be trying to achieve something, and it lowers your level of creativity. There are quite a couple of principles involved in this creative process. And these principles that are involved in the creative process, I will quickly give you two of them. One that you should know is this: anything new comes from the unconscious, and you can only receive from the unconscious. Anything new comes from the unconscious, and you can only receive from the unconscious when you are open to it. A second principle you must hold dear to your heart is this: if you are always in a purposeful mood and never in a playful mood, you might not hit the type of creativity instinct or access the highest level of creativity instinct that you want. If you are always in a purposeful mood and not in a playful mood, you might not hit that level of creative instinct that you want on the task. So someone will want to ask, Rume, should we start playing up and down? No, I want to give you some recommendations that will help you to get into that highest level of playful mode. One is to create boundaries and spaces where your creativity can thrive at the highest level. You can start by playing with the idea. You can dedicate about 1 hour or more to exploring it. You know, you can use technological tools like artificial intelligence, impute that idea into it, let it give you some templates, play with it. In that boundary and space that you have created for it, you must ensure that you understand this, that I'm starting at so and so time and possibly stopping at so and so time to be able to see what I've come out with. And this practice will enable you to connect with your highest level of consciousness, and you can access the language of dreams and the unconscious. You know, creativity is something that is a language from the unconscious, from the spiritual realm. At your highest level of spirituality, your creativity is also at the highest. So you must be able to access that level of power by creating a space and boundary so that you can get into that realm where you are flowing with this what highest level of creativity. And something I want to quickly say is this: you must understand this: when you come up with something, you allow it to grow. Don't just discard it. You must believe that you are creative. If you don't believe that you are creative, then you will never be confident enough in your creation and be able to showcase it to the rest of the world. So when you come up with something, allow it to grow. You can keep a bit of it and throw away what you don't like. You know, you can't control your thoughts, but you can manage the energy that you dedicate to those thoughts. You cannot control your thoughts, but you can manage the energy that you dedicate to those thoughts. You see, the wise man says something, what you focus on creates feelings. So once you focus on being highly creative, it starts giving you some feelings that will truly help you to perform at that highest level. The opposite of creativity is that you are in control. If you want to be at the highest level of creativity, you must be spontaneous. And the reality is this: when you do that, it will create positive life changing experiences for you. And being creative, you must understand where to answer yes to a particular thing and no to something. Yes is a tool of you trying to explore the possibilities of the future. When you say yes to a couple of things, it expands your creative muscle because you are going to have to try that thing, be open to that new idea. Most times, when you say no to a couple of things like that, you are possibly rigid and fixated at that particular direction. So, understanding that yes is a tool that you can use to explore the possibility of the future and hone it is also a game changer. So, as an entrepreneur, if you are born with good looks, if you are born with intelligence, if you are born with money, these are all good things. If you are born with connection, these are great things to have. However, one thing that you can never do to be able to win that game is no matter this good looks and money that you have, you cannot beat someone that decides that he will never give up. Someone that wakes up every morning and continues to put in the highest level of fuel and creativity with the mindset that I will not give up. And you being creative and expanding this your creative muscle, we see that your determination of not giving up is also being fueled by creativity. And then you will be able to what? Break even. I will give you a secret. Creativity loves to play. It thrives when we let go of our worries and allow our imaginations to run wild. Like I said before, what you focus on creates feelings. So let go of those imaginations, those worry, and allow it to run wild. Let yourself be a kid again. Explore new ideas and have fun with your level of creativity. I want to give you a task and an exercise for you to do. I want you to set out some time each day to just play and explore. Draw a picture, write a story, whatever sparks your imagination, and you might be surprised at what you create. Until next time, my very good friends, keep being creative and let's change the world with our creativity.